welcome to my channel. Here we talk about manifestation, law of assumption, and all things positive. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe. Today we're going to talk about limiting beliefs and how to overcome limiting beliefs, right, in your journey. So most of us, everyone's reality is a product of their thoughts, right? Everyone's reality is a product of their thoughts. So whatever you are made to think or you are fed to think since you were a child creates your subconscious reality, subconscious mind, and so it kind of creates your reality. So what you've learned from your parents, what you've learned growing up from people that impacted you majorly, creates the reality that you're living, creates your norms, creates your belief systems, and your philosophy, everything about you, your dominant beliefs become your life, essentially. And so if there are limiting beliefs in what you have been taught to think since you were a child, that's going to be your reality. If you don't change them consciously, you might continue repeating that cycle all your life. Okay, so that takes that requires you to take charge and step into your reality and say that, okay, this is the pattern I'm observing now. I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to experience this anymore. So let's change it. So oftentimes we are taught to believe things like around money. Say, for example, money doesn't grow on trees and money is not easy to make and you're going to have to struggle all your life to make money, stuff like that. Or in relationships, it's like people always, say, for example, men always cheat, or men only want sex and stuff like that. These are limiting beliefs that are projected onto women as well. And you have to check where it's coming from. Who told you this? Why did you start believing this way? What made you believe this way? And so if you were made to believe this way, can we step in and change it? Because that is something that might be holding us back, right? So that might be holding us back from creating a reality where we are actually attracting good things for ourselves, right? Because those limiting beliefs keep on creating situations for us that are making us feel badly, right? So as within, so without, what is it? So whatever basically you're experiencing inward, you're going to see outward, right? So you got to check that. Okay, say for example, right now, why this came to me, I'll tell you. I was scripting, and then I was setting intentions for money, right? I was doing a money rampage in scripting, and I was seeing these people, workers, like work clean the space I was working in, I was writing in, and I felt this suddenly I felt this kind of guilt to have a better life for myself, think about me being a millionaire. And then I was thinking, like, what about these people, right? Like, how dare I? There was this voice that came in and said, how dare you, Tara? Like, how dare you think of having this big life where people are not experiencing what you are dreaming of experiencing. Like, what you are wanting for yourself is inaccessible to these people. Say, for example, how dare you think that you can have that, but they probably can never have that. So, like, how is that fair? That is what came into my mind. And I just sat there for a second, and although I knew it was a limiting belief, I needed to step in and tell myself that, kind of coach myself through that limiting belief, right? So it's almost like saying that I've fallen down and there are people with me who've also fallen down, but I want to sit down and I don't want to get up and I don't want to empower myself because I want to be with the people who are also suffering. And that's absolutely backward. That doesn't make any sense, right? So if I want to get up and if I want to start walking again, and I know how to do it, right? I have the information. It would be silly to still sit down and be in this negative energy when I know I can get up and start walking again. So only when I empower myself and take the charge and get up and start walking again, can I show other people also that this is a possibility for you. Do it this way. So only if I am empowered, can I empower other people? And if I am awoke, like I've woken up to the fact that this is how I get up, and I don't share it with other people, or I don't act on it, on the information that I already have, or I'm getting and I'm trying to like decode it, then that's irresponsible of me. Right? So oftentimes these are subconscious belief systems that we have to listen to. It's not something you can just suppress, right? It might be a inner child telling you that, it's almost like this voice telling you, oh, like our mom didn't have it right, or our dad didn't have it right, and maybe they struggled and you saw them struggle, and so it's almost this guilt that they had to struggle, so why do I get to have it easy, right? I know of law of assumption, and I know if I keep persisting in this reality, I know I get to be a millionaire, and if I keep bringing my awareness to the fact that I am a millionaire, it will unfold into my reality, and it looks easy relatively to what my parents, say for example, experienced. So why do I get to have it easy when they didn't? It's almost this guilt, right? So you gotta step in and tell them. You have to coach your child self through it, and you have to tell them that, baby, I understand that you saw that and it couldn't have been easy, and it wasn't easy for your parents also, say for example, right? But you are standing where you are on their shoulders, and so it is your responsibility now to take that charge and carry it on forward, right? And so because you will empower yourself into the situation where you will be better off, you can also show other people how to do it for themselves, so they don't have to struggle. And so you're making everybody proud, you're making yourself proud, you're making your parents proud, and you're making the entire world a better place to live in, right? And you can also go to this degree to revise the past, say that my parents were always abundant. This is another technique to change your reality, to change your past. Absolutely draw your attention from what had happened, which caused you to be this, to keep your awareness in a reality that doesn't 100% serve you or make you feel the best, and create a reality instead which says that you always had the best of the best and nothing negative ever happened. There was no struggle, there was no lack, you always had it good, you're always a part of a very affluent family, say for example, and change your past, and so everything will shift to serve that story for you. Okay? Stories will change, realities will shift, universe will shift to give you that story, to show you that story as a fact, because you have changed your awareness. You have shifted your awareness to a reality that actually serves you. So that is revision, but so this is how you step in and change your subconscious beliefs, which is, oh my god, such deep work and so powerful, so powerful. Like before I even got into law of assumption, I've been doing this work specifically, family constellation, energy work. This creates this like such a good strong ground for you to build on. And then if you get into light work, which is law of assumption or like meditation and stuff like that, then affirmation work, like light work, basically light works, that is even like building on this strong ground that you have already established through shadow work and subconscious belief work and all that. I love it. So summarizing what we talked about today, your subconscious mind dictates all of your reality, and if you sometimes feel negatively about a particular situation, you gotta ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is the past trauma? What are my underlying beliefs? Where did they come from? Did they stem in childhood? Did they stem from a particular parent, from somebody I heard something from a particular podcast, from some friend? Did I take this subconsciously? Do I want to keep this in my life, this thought, right? Do I want to keep this belief system in my life because it's probably impacting my life in a bad way? And so you decode it and you coach yourself into actually believing something that you want to believe, and so it creates a reality which you want to experience instead of keeping you in a negative situation and a negative cycle. That's all for today. Good video. I love you guys, and if you want to hear more from me, the next video will be about calling your energy back from situations that don't serve you, good energy hygiene, how to protect your energy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.